This life easy let it down. I've got to go, my batteries are low. That's what it's all about. I've got to go, my batteries are low. Okay. Time to play my favorite game of all time ever. Truly no contest. No game makes me want to cry more than this game. Warm up with some of whatever the fuck this is.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 4, rank A.
Final evaluation.
Subject AC, streak, call sign.
And then I found out that like half of the game is like in New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus and New Game Plus Plus Plus, and I was like, bruh. My favorite game I haven't even played a quarter of. What'd you just do? Where does this guy think he is? Oh, he's got flamethrowers and shit. See how it is. Damn. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh no. God, I fucking love this game. Taking more psychedelics simply to enjoy it. Before Akko met here. God, I fucking love this game so fucking much. It's fucking unbelievable. My favorite From Software game, I think. No game has moved me more than this one. Not even close. That's a lot of psychedelics. I work in 2 hours. I'll be fine. There's a light psychedelic. I like mushrooms.
Activating combat mode.
Wrong weapon. Okay, you can play at that game. Good thing we're warming up. I could fill this whole bottle of wine. Probably proud of it. Feels kind of dehydrating. But I made Gatorade. Water bottle fell over. We don't really have time to figure that out. God bless my water bottle. It's not spilling right now. Fish ass Nicker. Dude, he recovers so fast. Suddenly very fucking awake. Don't want to restart yet. We'll kick his ass, of course, eventually. But I should start fucking capping my fucking research chemicals. It's just fucking disgusting. Yeah, okay. Use our brains here. Obviously, this is a little bit... Okay, he's got like a spreading rocket launcher of some sort. Spreading explosive thrower. I got 4 Acomet. Mr. A long time no see, buddy. How are you doing? I'm trying out 4 Acomet for the first time. This is gonna save us just a little bit of time. Just enough time, maybe. Not quite. And then I got a little bit of DXM, alcohol, diazepam. Classic mix. And a bunch of caffeine pills over here. Woo! Vibing out. Got work in like 2 hours.
Main system activating combat mode.
I slept for a little bit. Tried to go back to sleep. Didn't work. I learned to get away from that explosive thrower and not have him catch me. It's just a pro drug for 4 Homet.
AP at 50%.
Okay, just fucking obliterate me, whatever. How you been, bro? Been a minute. I haven't been streaming much because I've been busy. Also haven't had internet, like stable internet for streaming.
Main system
But I just finished moving to a new apartment. L-theanine goes crazy. It is absolutely one of my favorite chemicals of all time. Simply because it has literally no downside whatsoever. It's just healthy. It just makes everything feel lighter and more enjoyable. Okay, we win these.
AP at 50%.
We win these! We win these!
AP at 30%.
They're fucked. My knees have improved, my mental situation is so bad. Apparently I have schizophrenia. Well,
Best of the best remain.
let me tell you, if I got evaluated, I'm sure they would tell me I have schizophrenia as well. Don't let that get to you. Remember how always keep in mind, people with schizophrenia here and people with schizophrenia in cultures where schizophrenia is treated differently react very differently. So your mindset has a huge impact on how things react. You know, schizophrenia has its own setting and shit. Kind of like being on a perma trip, you know?
It is a great honor to witness your ongoing evolution as a mercenary. All Mind exists for all mercenaries.
I just don't tell people about my paranoid delusions. What's it like for you though? What's your experience that led you to seek diagnosis or receive diagnosis? Tell me about it.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program number 3. Only the best remain. Subject AC, Aster Crown. Call sign, King.
This guy looks like he's gonna kick my fucking ass.
Commencing evaluation.
So a burst pistol in his left hand and a laser rifle in his right,
Activating combat mode.
which means I'm gonna be under continuous fire. Movement is gonna be of the utmost importance. He's got a pulse shield on his right. Traded. But I still have my shield. This guy was not actually. This is a bad matchup. Yeah, my doctor told me schizophrenic people in tribal cultures like Africa have less paranoia and less scary delusions because their society is them different. Some people even become prophets and shamans. That is super fucking based of your doctor to tell you that. Very happy that they told you that. That's the same thing that I was thinking of when I was telling you shit. So, super awesome doctor to be telling you that shit. Two pulse armors sounds pretty based. Got 2 more to go. And then we're gonna go sortie and finish the shit. Well, probably not finish the shit. The last missions of this game are fucking crazy. Fucking crazy.
Subject AC, Liger Tail.
We're about to face off with this guy, I think.
1, Michigan.
Having very strange thoughts and fears, I switch between being so guilty that I think I deserve to thinking and thinking everything was made for me and I'm literally God. I can relate to that for sure. Definitely have similar experiences. Betrayed, buddy. Okay, your songbirds are a little high. Oh, fuck you. Have you looked into non-duality? I'm sure you have, but that brings me some peace in knowing that both sides of these coins can exist at the exact same time. Okay, chill. This is gonna be close. Oh, we win. We win these, we win these.
Target destroyed. Your next opponent stands at the apex of the arena.
Nervous system's coming online again. It went offline for a little bit because I was taking a DXMT break, which means benzos and alcohol like a retard. V1 Freud. We never see this guy in training or in battle. Might as well get some melee weapon increasing. Alright, buddy. Let's fight.
Final Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. This will be
But
the last
definitely not.
evaluation.
But the guilt is the worst. At least feeling like God leaves me somewhat happy, but a lot of my guilty delusion stems from being trans. Like, I feel like I'm ruining transphobes' lives. Well, again, I feel like non-duality thinking would bring you peace there because it breaks the confines of gender as well. Because you just have, like, female and male as two sides of the same coin. Which is like how I experience life. I consider myself more like two-spirited. I understand I have both feminine and masculine energy within me. I can I can totally understand how that would be really traumatizing for you if you are constantly projecting that people are like, you know, watching you or looking at you. We just need to deal like the slightest bit of damage. There we go. W all over is finished. And I never switched weapons.
Target destroyed. This concludes all evaluations.
I know I'm just at the
Thank you
beginning.
for your cooperation.
A Sumerian pagan. Never heard of that one before. That sounds pretty fucking cool. Tell me about that. What the hell is a Sumerian pagan?
Congratulations, you have completed all ranks. Though these encounters may be simulated, you have reached the apex of our roster. We would be grateful were you to aid us in our research and development. All Mind exists for all mercenaries.
Paste. Those are our last 10 chips. I'll probably put it into this. Actually, okay, hold on. Let's use our brains here. Ten chips. Literally anything we buy fucks us over. I would think I would get repair kit and access speed and say fuck you to everything else and let's just ride. Well, let's just fucking ride. We don't need chips anyways. Ambushing the Vespers is not the way that I want to go on this playthrough because I want to not fight Rusty later.
This one's from the Archibus Group.
Raven, this request comes from our affiliate, Schneider. First, I'll brief you on the state of conflict between Archibus and Balaam at Watchpoint Alpha. The Watchpoint's defenses inflicted heavy losses on Balaam's initial wave, with many deserting. More recently, they've engaged with our forces only to continue their downward spiral. Despite this, the Red Gun's commander, Gun 1 Michigan, remains alive and well.
Right. We're about to face off with this motherfucker.
To lead the surviving Balaam MT4s as we speak. We want you to intercept them, to hammer the final nail into Balaam's coffin. Should you decline, we have V4 lined up to take over.
Which we love that guy. We love this motherfucker.
This concludes the briefing. Awaiting your favorable reply.
I feel like it's always important to remember that the people that you feel are hating you are always inside of your head. No hatred passes from the outside to the inside, because there is no duality between outside and inside. You can always point the finger back towards you and let go. This is, of course, of the utmost painful. Let's go. I have to focus for a little bit. One, yeah, it's basically, I have Chaldean ancestry through my mom. Chaldean. That's familiar to me, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I love this fucking mission. Glad we took this one. Michigan's a fucking hilarious man. Can't wait to fucking kill him. All my missiles missed. Good shit. This thing is big. They go real far when you throw them. Fucking love this man. Chaldean ancestry through my mom, meaning I'm genetically related to Sumerians, and my mom likes to keep her faith alive. It's a very complicated religion. Yeah, I can only imagine, since it goes back to the beginning of all humanity. Basically, it teaches that the universe stems from a cosmic war between two factions of God and teaches how to find peace in a world convulsed by hate and violence. Interesting. Very comforting to you. I'll have to look more into it. I feel like I'm already familiar with the concepts through other religions. As Carl Jung would say, all religions are interconnected. And the Sumerians are the first people to exist, so no surprises there. There's our an issue. It's gonna be a lot harder here than in the arena. Right now I want to deal with the other shit. As much as I can. Sorry, big boy, isn't he? Not quite. Just fuck. This is a mission and a half. You're a liger tail. Okay. Fuck me, man. I'm going down. This game's hard. But what are these two factions of gods? Because this duality between, let's say good and evil. I'm gonna replace that with destruction and creation because I think that's more accurate.
Main system activating combat mode.
Enemy readings. Parachutes incoming.
Attack! Get in there, you maggots!
Looks like Artemis sent some clown on a suicide mission.
Gonna read that in a second once I have a moment. Okay, here we go. Yet has connections to other religions like Hinduism and even Judaism, like we have an 8-night Christmas festival that is to unlock the gates of the cosmos and relock them, like kinda. That is very interesting. I know Christmas is pagan, or at least the Christmas was basically like the Romans' way of creating a religion that mixes paganism with Christianity. I learned that from the Jehovah's Witnesses. Shout out them for having some interesting information every so often. But then they hate the pagans, which is like, you don't even know what paganism even means. I'm no Jehovah's Witness. I'm a witness to Jehovah. I think that's a very different thing. Here we go. Okay. This shit needs to go down immediately. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of pressure. Chill. We can put you under for just a fucking second. Damn, fuck. Checking if the door is locked before you go to bed. It's supposed to keep vengeful spirits from beyond our universe from descending onto our own. Interesting.
No repair kits remaining.
Fuck me, I guess, because I'd be like, never checking if the doors. I used to do that all the fucking time when I was a kid. Now it's like, I make a conscious effort not to do it because it used to stress me out so fucking hard. If anything, I keep my door unlocked. Because to me, it's like them motherfucking vengeful spirits are going to, or not the vengeful spirits, but I guess both. Anyone who wants to come inside of my house is going to come inside of my house. I wasn't worried about spirits, I was worried about people. But what are people but spirits? If we're going full non-dual with it. And yes, I can see how it also influenced Hanukkah. Just from what you're telling me. But you can also go more in depth than that if you'd like. I'm a fucking dead man. We got 15 HP. I'm just gonna hide here and wait for my demise. And see how long it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Hey, the 8 nights of Christmas.
Get those worms balling for the mamas on the stretchers.
8 gates of the cosmos. 8 inner gates of Might Guy.
Main system activating combat mode.
7 + 1 chakras.
Enemy readings. Paratroops incoming.
Attack! Get in there, you maggots!
Looks like Arthur been some clown on a suicide mission. Cute. Real cute.
The only clown around here is you, Kennebec. You're talking about the wall climber, the worm killer, the only gun 13 has managed to live this long. Until the Liger Tail deploys, the odds are not in your favor. You gotta keep the emergency engine primed.
Second wave incoming.
I heard that first touchdown done by the Quasher.
Oh yeah, the deserter who kissed his pants and ran.
I forgot we still kept you around. Your boss is worth 11 of you, which means, Albany, the mark is worth 20 AM. You're doing nothing productive. Why don't you do the math for us? Shut your stink on, start shooting!
Fuck you. That's a lot of damage to take. I really can't be taking blasts like that if I want to not fucking lose this mission. We can't be taking artillery fire at all. Where's that tank?
Whoever takes down gun 13 gets to take home a Balaam Kill medal. And you know, they go real far when it's wrong.
Shit, needs to get the fuck out of here. It's already going to fuck. It's already going to fuck. Thank God. Light. Okay, heavy empty. I was about to say light empty destroyed. Go fuck yourself.
You can go home now, or follow me if you got a death wish.
Fuck me. Yeah, we need to shake off the pressure. 'Cause it's putting too much fucking pressure on my fucking armored core. Right under him.
If it isn't Osama, a resident mathematician, go multiply your rifle training and see if you can learn to do something useful.
Alright, we can fucking ball. I'm willing to ball with you face to face, cause it's gonna no remain kiss no fuck all of you. We're going to fuck. If we're going to fucking hell, we're going to hell. Cobalt armor. Or whatever. Save me. Everything dies. Anything dies. We're dead as fuck. The Anunnaki and the Ijijiji. I've heard of the Anunnaki. Not heard of the Ijijiji. It's not really dualistic. They're both good and bad in different ways, and there's other groups like the Eat that keep them in check. Oh, interesting. I resonate with the Anunnaki.
Main system.
I find myself to be
Enemy readings.
chaos. Chaotic good.
Like Artemis sent some clown on a suicide mission.
Should not be laser lancing fucking tiny little drones. You're worth laser lancing. Stay the hell away from all sorts.
Oh yeah, the deserter who pissed his pants and ran.
Doing a good job of shaking off artillery this time. Keep moving, keep moving. More important that we keep moving. Third wave incoming. There's a lot of motherfuckers following me. For all the goddamn explosives that we have, you'd think fucked. They fight because the Anunnaki originally enslaved the Ijijiji and wanted to keep everything a void, but the Ijiji wanted to make Earth in a universe. Real shit? All through my visions, I must be an Anunnaki motherfucker because I'd be chasing the void. But also I understand that the void itself is kind of like an expansion of the earth. The earth needs formlessness in order to maintain its form. If you know what I mean. As you say, neither are good or bad. Please help me. Deal too much. Let's just fucking we'll play full-fledged. I'm out of here. Shake off some of the artillery. Get back down here. Not again. I didn't have time, man. I'm gonna have to switch out my loadout. I need something that... I mean, the laser lance, maybe if I just got better at using it. Missed that motherfucker, but not this time. Those MTs hit hard, bro. They may be light, but they carry artillery. Here's the big boy. If we put him down before he puts us down, we're in big trouble. We might have a chance here, actually, to clutch out the fucking... No, he's fucked. Marduk took the tablets of destiny unbidden and hung them around his neck, making defeat a talisman of sympathy. Basically meaning after Marduk, the chief of GG, won the war, he took the Anunnaki and forgave them instead of destroying them, and now they have a weird diplomatic peace. Interesting. Interesting. If anything, I feel like the Anunnaki now work on the side of the GG in cohesion, and what we're heading towards is a intertwining of both. As the Earth ascends,
The only clown around here is you, cinematography. You're talking about the wall climber, the worm killer, the only gun 13 has managed to live this long. Until the lighter tail deploys, the odds are not in your favor. Immediate emergency eject prime.
that's too much damage to be taking.
Wasu? Oh yeah, the deserter who pissed his pants and ran.
I forgot we still kept you around. Iguasus were the hunt here, which means, Albany, the mark is worth 28 in. You're doing nothing productive. Why don't you do the math for us?
We're just kind of kicking shit. It's actually pretty productive. We can combine that with the laser lance and good rocket launcher use. I think we can handle these mechs pretty productively. We're kind of getting overwhelmed already. I don't want to have to be like healing. Good shot. When I know the wave is incoming, it's wise to blow their brains out before they deploy. It will save my ass. Good to note. We're learning, we're learning, we're learning. You're a big fucking problem. Thank you. Wrong fucking. Please do not. I don't even know where it is. I don't know. I don't want to know where it is. I know where it is. Right. All of you look really fucking small in comparison to the big ass motherfucker that's chasing my ass now. I'm gonna lose, but I learn a lot this time. How to handle these 4 fucking weapons of mine. 5 weapons of mine. It makes sense that you resonate with the Anunnaki because they are said to be the spirits of hallucinogens, while the Ijiji are in more tame drugs like alcohol and weed. Ah, it's super interesting. And the way the hallucinogens take me is into the void, you know?
Main system.
But even then, through the void, I learn
Enemy readings. Paratroops incoming.
the value of form. And true enlightenment is said to be of the merging of the form and the formless and realizing they're one and the same. Find the... fuck me.
Oh, yeah.
Another lesson to learn, keep an eye on your poise bar. I wanted to shoot that shit down before it did this. We'll deal with our fuck up swiftly. There's actually a band I went to go see last week, and they have a song called Anunnaki, which I also resonate really strongly with. The lyrics are like, I am retribution, I am destruction. Dude, this thing alone is a fucking mini boss. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to shake off the pressure. That was not nearly enough shield, but God knows how much it really shook off. I should probably not use my shield as a means of powering through things. Instead, more continue evasive maneuvers regardless. See, I learned a lot from the Ajiji too. Form is very important. If this is it, then we're just going for the fucking... No, he's fully regenerated his HP. We're dead meat. I think my fate lies neither with the Anunnaki nor the Ichiji, but with the Yeet. But through both, I'm guided. Really, I'm going all the way. I plan to go all the way. Back to the beginning. Alcohol. Weed. So, under your religion, do you believe that the universe is eternal, or in a cyclical thing?
The only clown around here is you, Kennebec. You're talking about the wall climber, the worm killer, the only gun 13 has
What's the
managed to live
fate
this long.
of this
Until the
universe?
tail deploys, the odds are not in your favor. You better keep the emergency E-check primed.
Not me checking my door's locked.
Watu? Oh, yeah, the deserter who pissed his pants and ran.
Good thrust, but yeah, I should make sure to only use that when I am in range.
Why don't you do the math for us?
The answer is 2,000 Albany stone.
Shut your snake off, start shooting.
Sorry, yes, sir.
Tigertail's gonna be good to go soon. Keep the target busy.
Barely dodged all my missiles.
Give a ride out to you on the credit. Plenty of medals already, sir.
Yo, that's so true. Yeah, I don't mind at all. Me doxing all actually usernames have been truncated. Never mind. Streamer mode is enabled, bitch. Who's blanked out here? Oh, yeah, they're blank because they're fucking... Of course, of course! They're the void. Lol. Reminders everywhere. No, not this far back. I'm like trying to like get like my eyeballs to pop it. It's gotta be around here. A little bit farther back. All in the wall. Is this you? No, you're here. Hello! How goes it? I can't hear you. Hey, how's it going? Long time no speak, brother.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's just going very interesting. It's just going very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I hear. You can
Yeah,
keep talking about I'm very interested about your religion and what it says about the fate of the universe and
yeah, I heard that question, and the reason I asked to get on call is because it's a very complicated question with a very long answer. Of
I
course, when we're
bet
talking about the fate of the universe, it's
I
complicated.
I bet I
Yeah.
bet I bet hold
You
on.
can't summarize that in like 150 characters or whatever.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I totally understand that.
So you asked if it's cyclical or what was the other one you said?
Cyclical or linear.
Right. And the crazy thing is, it's a little bit both. It's
Okay.
just a little bit both. It's very
Understood.
complicated because, so in order to understand this question, I'm going to have to explain exactly what the roles of all of the cosmic forces are, right?
Go ahead.
Um,
Yep. Understood.
so the Anunnaki are, of course, they're like the void bringers or whatever. Their
Right.
fun is literally, or their purpose is literally basically just to have fun. They like to have fun.
Right.
So they don't really do a lot, but they're here because we kind of need them. Right? I don't know how to explain. They
They are
don't do
chaos.
much. Yes, they're chaos. They are chaos. We need chaos because like, what would the Earth be? I've always had this weird thought that like,
We would
without
not,
chaos,
there
without
would be no fun. We would not enjoy ourselves.
yeah, or even like I feel like there would be no way to have physics without chaos,
Agreed as
right?
well. Definitely.
Chaos, in reality, we wouldn't be able to move. We wouldn't be able to like.
Absolutely. You're right about that.
Honestly, ironically, it would be its own form of void, right?
Right.
Be a boring one.
Right. That I understand. The eternal
So,
void.
yeah, right. So that's their purpose, and then the Ijiji, their purpose is to bring order and structure and form.
Right.
Um, and they're the ones that care most about the Earth
Mm.
because the Anunnaki they like humans because they like that humans are sort of naturally rebellious,
Mm.
naturally like you know fighting spirit,
Right.
uh, but they don't really care that much about very much like anything. So
Right.
if the Earth was destroyed, they would just be like, eh.
Right.
But the
Understood.
Ijiji are the ones who are kind of like, no, we gotta keep some things happening, you know.
Right. Right.
And then
Understood.
and then the Yit, they are their focus is knowledge. They love knowledge.
I see.
Um, they're different. They're kind of like angels because they're different from the Ijiji and Anunnaki because it's described in the scriptures that they are neither God nor man. There's something in between.
Uh-huh. I
Okay?
see. So they'd be like
Um,
involved in like probably like the concepts of like the eternal what's the fuck they call that? Like the eternal library, I forget what they call it. I always when
the
I tried to
Akashic Records.
yeah, the Akashic Records.
Yeah, that's like theosophy, right?
Yeah, and more. I think it's Theosophy probably where it stems from. If you're probably right about
Yeah,
that.
I think it came from Blavatsky, but I'm not too sure. I haven't read the Blavatsky in a while.
That's cool.
Sorry, I'm eating chips and dip. Well,
No worries, no worries, no worries.
yeah. So the Yit are really super duper interesting because they are canonically able to travel through time. They can go anywhere at any time, and they also have a biological, but they don't do this with machines. They have a biological ability to project their consciousness and basically possess other beings. And
Okay.
they do this to get inside, like possess people and learn as much as they can about the culture of wherever they are in the universe.
Ah, that is really
Because
interesting. They love
they love
knowledge,
knowledge.
right? So they do it passively,
Um,
basically. They're like remote viewers,
yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, the only time they do war, like they were around in the Cosmic War,
right?
like we call it the War of Realities.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
and they're very technologically capable, and
Gigi
they
moment.
basically
Sorry, I'm drinking some wine.
what
Yeah.
kind of wine is it?
This is Lapin Bleu Merlot de France. I just picked it up randomly on both because it was the cheapest wine that I spotted immediately, and also because it had a nice blue color to it. And I was like, I love Merlot, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go for it. And
Oh, that's really interesting. Because did you know that this is random, but did you know that in ancient times we literally no one had a word for the color blue.
right,
They just
I've
called
heard
it
of that.
everyone called it wine dark.
Aha, That's so fascinating. You know, we wouldn't have ever had that conversation if I didn't pick up that bottle of wine. Very, very cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So
Go
the
ahead, go
Yit
ahead.
basically how it's both cyclical and linear is everything kind of repeats itself. History does indeed repeat itself. Um, but there is going to be an end to the universe.
Right.
But it's confirmed in several scriptures that after the end of the universe, the Yit are just going to start everything over and time travel back because the Yit are trying to basically their big plan is they're trying to do a project to build a universe and a reality that merges everything and everything is forever,
I
right?
see. Okay.
Yeah.
You
So
know, this
they're trying to make it so that no one dies anymore, no one even lives technically,
everyone's
right?
enlightened.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That everyone's reached the deathless state. So this is very in line with what I've like experienced directly. So I feel like your religion here is very on to the truth. Um, because
Yeah.
nothing that you've said here I would disagree with whatsoever. It's like exactly what I experienced simply with my own eyes. So
Sorry, again, chips and dip, but yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah, yeah. It definitely I definitely feel that way. I resonate with it.
that's awesome.
And the cool thing about it is when my mom was teaching it to me, she was very adamant that like it's not like I don't have to be a part of it.
Right.
She said that she would appreciate someone that is a part of it because yeah, I have the value that it's kind of important to preserve those old cultures, not in like a weird, not in like a Nazi way, right?
Right. No, I understand what you mean. Because yeah, there's a whole layer without it without it becoming like a Nazi kind of thing. Just like to preserve old cultures, to enjoy the old things and the old ways, and that there's lots of knowledge that exists in ancient cultures that is definitely
Absolutely.
lost in new culture.
I absolutely freaked out when you said Carl Jung said
Right.
you know all religions are interconnected. 'Cause I love Carl Jung. Love
Right.
Carl Jung.
Carl Jung's a genius, man. I
Yeah,
love Carl Jung.
yeah, it was very ahead of his time. I feel like.
Very much so.
Like,
I would agree with that as well.
I feel like everyone looked at him when like while he was like teaching his shit, and they were like, "Is this guy like a magician? Is he like some type of like what is this guy doing? This is psychology.
Right.
It's not supposed to be like."
Absolutely.
But I
Cuz
feel like
he was mixing the spirit with psychology, which was very ahead of his time for sure. It's
yeah, but
ahead of
I
even
feel like
our
I feel
time.
like yeah, for sure, yeah. But I also freaked out because I was talking to my new doctor, the one who told me about the shamans in Africa and how schizophrenic people there are treated differently, which influences their experience.
Right.
And my fucking doctor started talking about the collective unconscious, and I was like, "Wait, are you Jungian?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like,
Hell
"Holy shit! I found the
yeah.
one. I found the right
Yeah,
one."
that's perfect. Everything merging once again. That's perfect. I love that. I love to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I
But yeah,
go ahead, go
the
ahead.
Sumerian religion has a lot of interesting things that it teaches, and I'd love to talk about it more.
Go ahead. Yeah, go
Like
ahead.
if
Just
you
go on if you like.
yeah, and like it's just it's very a lot of times it's refreshing to me because I feel like religion, not to bash other religions, like I love all religions, right?
Right.
but religion definitely did turn into a bit of a format
Right.
after a while. Like you
Totally
look
agree
at
with
the
you.
Abrahamic faith, for
Right.
instance, and it's kind of just like you know, it's just it seems devoid of some type of fun, right?
Yeah.
Especially I hate the concept of blasphemy
Right. I agree
because
with you. There,
it just makes me
100%.
sad. Like I can't laugh at because some of it's funny, right? Sometimes it's fun, like I don't know,
It is funny,
like the
absolutely.
Jesus, like Jesus when he went and he flipped over the tables because they were
Right.
doing the money changing in the temple. That's funny. I don't disagree with what he did,
But it's funny.
but it's just kind of funny
Absolutely.
because he was like this like peace loving guy. But
And
then
he
this
was
one
like,
time he got
fuck
angry.
you. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I feel like that's actually something that should be taught more in Christianity because it's
Agreed.
like everyone has their limits. Everyone has their limits, and that
Right.
was his limit. You know, they were fucking with God.
Right.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
the Sumerian religion is very refreshing for that reason because a lot of times when you're reading their scriptures, it feels like because they were like the first people around, you know, they were one of the first cultures.
Right.
It feels like they were just like you can feel them pause for a second, and then the scribes are like, "Wait, what should we write next?" And then the guy's like, "I don't know, just put this in."
Real shit. Interesting.
You know, and it just feels like they were fucking around and they were experimenting. It's
You
like
know, that's real as fuck to me.
that's
Because
what it
that
is.
the
Yeah,
direct experience is like that, right? It's not necessarily cohesive. You
yeah, of
truth
course,
is not
of course.
revealed all at once ever. It's always in pieces.
Yeah, really like reading their scriptures, and I can even speak the language somewhat. It's a very interesting language.
That's really cool.
And if you want to hear a little this is weird, but if you want to hear like an excerpt from one of the scriptures, some of them are taught in song, so I
Yeah,
could like sing you
go
a little
ahead.
bit of the. All right, let me find the let me find it. It's on my phone somewhere. I haven't memorized it yet, but I am going to because me and my mom are going to do a little magic soon
Oh, really? That's fun.
because of I don't know if you've heard, but Jupiter, I think it is in a position that it hasn't been in a really long time.
Yes.
It made
And
me feel a little weird because I learned about that and then I looked up the last time it was in that position, and it was literally when the Heaven's Gate cult was around.
interesting.
And
Whatever.
I just wonder if they were talking about that too, and it just makes me feel a little weird.
Well, I think these star movements definitely have a huge influence on how human culture is evolving at those times. Like the Heaven's Gate might be the bud that we remember, but everybody on the entire planet was feeling the influence of the Jupiter being in this position. And what were happening again, Jupiter being in this position, and also like the transit of Saturn out of its wherever the fuck it is. I don't really know too much about astrology, but I know that we're currently entering the age of Aquarius and everything.
Yeah,
Um,
me neither. My mom knows much more about it than me. But yeah, go on.
um, I don't really remember what the fuck I was talking about. I was about to take a swig of wine. Well, like
That's so
yeah,
real.
everything is influenced by the stars. Basically, is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I very much believe that that's true. Very much believe that that's true. I feel like it's sort of intuitive because, like, let me try to think of a metaphor for this. Like, if you've got, like, a system of really strong magnets, and let's just say, for the sake of the argument, that they are, like, so strong that you set them on this device and they're all floating, because that's a thing you can do with magnets. They're so
Right,
strong that you can have them
right,
floating in air.
right,
Um, if you so you've got these magnets and they're spherical,
if
Right.
you pull one of those magnets in a different direction, you will see the other ones kind of move
Right.
a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Right. I can
And so I
envision
feel like
exactly what
if
you're
the
talking
stars
about.
are moving into different positions, then it's going to affect us
Everything.
different ways.
Absolutely. This is exactly what I came to the conclusion of. It was really like last year that I came around to astrology when it all started to make sense that I kind of always like pushed it away as kind of like a pseudoscience kind of thing, and that's hilarious for me to say
Right.
because I'm super spiritual. And then I was like,
I think it has to do with the society we grow up in,
right,
right?
right,
But
we pushed
yeah,
away certain concepts for sure, definitely. And then
almost like Eastern concepts feels like a weird form of racism.
it is indeed definitely maybe not necessarily external but internalized, or
Right. Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
um then I realized again, like you were saying with the magnets, I was like, hold on. It started with like me realizing that I could notice solar flares happening with my own consciousness. And then
Yeah.
I was like, hold on. If I can notice the sun is like in different phases, I can notice the moon is in different phases with just by paying attention. Then there's no fucking way that like the location of like everything else in the cosmos is not fucking with the way that everything is. I was like, hold on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's like it's this weird thing of like, damn, if I can notice where the sun is moving, you think the sun can notice where I'm moving?
For certain, right? I
Yeah.
believe the
And
sun is
it's like
absolutely
yeah.
conscious.
It's just we can't measure it because it's a sort of a higher conscious, like anything that
Higher
emits like
consciousness.
energy.
Right.
There's no
Yeah.
way that like there's no way it's emitting energy. What is it? How is it emitting energy if there's not some level of
Right.
consciousness there, right?
And in my own experience, everything is conscious. There's no level, or I wouldn't say not no level, but everything is conscious, yes. And higher energies seem to be more conscious. If anything, the sun is more fucking conscious than I am. And
Yeah.
I had a trip the other day where I was staring. I like to sun gaze, and people will be like, it fucking ruins your eyes. Well, I still have fucking 20/20 vision, so go fuck yourself. I stare straight at the motherfucking sun like it's nobody's business, and I'm perfectly fucking fine. Um, anyways, I
All right.
was,
Yeah. I found the thing I was gonna read. Can I
yeah, go ahead. I should know Spider-Man.
So you can So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the reason why the Sumerian religion had influence on Judaism, other than every religion having influence on every other religion,
Right,
is that Sumerians were actually they're Semitic people, just like Hebrews.
right,
They are what's called, since the Sumerians were in southern Iraq, or where modern day southern Iraq is,
right,
they are what's called West Semitic, and then the Hebrews are East Semitic.
right.
So they sort of share a heritage, and you could actually, if you've ever heard anyone speak Hebrew, you can kind of hear how this kind of sounds a little bit like Hebrew, right?
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, this is the passage. Shamchat yukishi awilam ahana minimial shikir shulu yuhu me. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome as fuck, bro. Honestly, I sunk
Yeah,
into
it's
my
like the,
trip.
the first language.
Yeah, right as you were singing, I sunk into my trip like for realsies. I was watching a spider on the wall, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was awesome."
Oh, spider. Side note, but I love spiders. I love spiders.
Spiders are fucking awesome. Me too. I let them live always.
I have a farm of them that live in my bathroom. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much same.
I don't I
They
don't kill them because they catch bugs and they're cool.
exactly. They're literally like anti-pest critters. So I'm like, as long as
Yeah,
spiders are
and they
around,
won't like sneak you out and fuck with you unless you like.
unless you fuck with them.
Right.
So they're smart enough to understand, like, you can communicate with them, I swear. Like, and I have a direct experience of this. There's a spider that I accidentally fucked with, and then he came for me, and then I backed off, and then he backed off. So if we could establish that level of basic communication, then these motherfuckers are way smarter than like 99% of people, or I shouldn't say 99% of people, I should say most Americans, because probably like most of the population is actually really smart or spiritually inclined and lives in harmony with nature, and it's really just the Western culture, and we actually take up a small part of the population.
That's so true. That's so true. But yeah, I've actually had that exact same experience. Like a spider has been like chasing after me, and then I'm like, whoa, and I back up, and then it stops, and then it like looks around a little bit, and then it just kind of walks away.
Right. They notice when you can
That's
look.
like,
They notice when you look at them. Like, that's fucking crazy.
it's because their whole thing is movement, right?
Right.
They recognize movement.
But if they can notice my eyes just shifting and looking at them, then that's such insane intelligence in such a small being that no fucking way would I ever go out of my way to harm this sentient creature.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, but I learned something recently. Apparently, spiders are evolving a little bit.
Okay, that makes sense. Everything is in constant evolution.
Yeah, but it's a really interesting way that they're evolving because it makes me wonder how long until there are like basically human spiders walking around because they're
Especially
starting
if we
to
keep coexisting with them like this.
yeah. It start the sign the paper I was reading, and this is just one paper, right?
Right.
There's going to need to be more about
Of
this,
course.
right? But it said that it almost looked like they were showing signs of early tribalism,
Interesting.
because the things that it cited were that some spiders have started grouping together in communities and building big webs to share.
Okay.
And then they've been catching frogs and keeping them in the web and teaching them to catch flies for them, and then they share the flies with the frog.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, and that's literally farming. That's literally
It
farming.
is farming. That is farming. That's so fucking insanely fucking cool.
But
Hold on,
the
taking
craziest
half
thing
a
was,
caffeine pill real quick. Just
yeah,
I'm kind of talking to
the
stream.
craziest thing that they discovered, in my opinion, was that
I take a
apparently
full one.
these spiders they were able to analyze by their behavior and how they reacted with other animals
Right.
that they appear to have a bias where they like other animals that eat bugs, but they sort of think lesser of animals that don't eat bugs,
Huh. Mr.
which is
Spider.
literally like it's tribalism.
Right. Mr. Spider on the wall, do you not like me because I don't eat bugs?
He probably looks down at you. He's got a little monocle.
A little monocle. It's like
It makes
you're
me think
less
of the
for
Rick
being.
and Morty episode where they started putting bugs in ice cream because of the sentient spiders.
That's I haven't seen that episode or I don't remember it. A lot of Rick and Morty was watched in a fucking psychedelic trance. So
Oh
about
yeah,
this.
dude. One time for the new season of Rick and or I don't know which one it was. It was new at the time. Um,
Real shit.
I watched it while I was on. I had taken like 3 bottles of Delsum,
Oh fuck yeah.
and I was watching it, and it made me cry at certain points, and I don't remember what I was crying at because it's Rick and Morty,
Right.
and
And
so I
you're
was
on
crying.
hella Delsum.
DXM will make you cry at anything.
That is true. It's just like flow of emotions. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
did
say
you know
that
it
you
has
cried
estrogen
anything.
in it?
Yeah, yeah. And not that it has estrogen in it, but that it influences like your hormones definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, not like estrogen in it. Like you make a cupcake and you put milk in it, and so the cupcake has milk in
Exactly.
it.
More that
But
DXM in your body makes estrogen production increase.
yeah, and I learned that because while I went through my entire puberty, and most of my puberty was spent taking copious amounts of DXM every single day.
Interesting.
I did not grow hair anywhere on my body. My voice did not start getting deeper until I stopped taking the DXM.
Which is so interesting. And then I have this experience where DXM basically produces, it's like a hair growth fucking stimulant for me, which is also what estrogen does later in the growth stage. And I only started taking DXM at 16 when I was finished with puberty. So it's very interesting. It's like me and my friends both noticed it's like a hair growth formula.
Oh wow, that's really interesting. Yeah, because
Absolutely.
my hair did get really long when I was taking the DXM, but I didn't grow hair like anywhere other than my head.
Feel you. Interesting. I get like a crazy mustache and I get like yeah, very long hair.
Interesting. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is
Yeah,
super crazy.
sometimes I miss the DXM, but sometimes I also feel like I shouldn't take it again.
Yeah, you know what's best for you.
Yeah, right. Because it's not a bad drug by any means, but I think I had a bad relationship with it.
Understood. And that is
Because
what makes the substance.
yeah, it was too good. Like it was too good. I was addicted to it. I couldn't stop taking it because
Yep. Same.
it was too good. And if I ever do take it again, it will be if I ever get into a position in my life where I'm comfortable doing something that pleasurable for me, and then be able to be sober again and also be comfortable.
Understood. I feel you. Because I currently have a DXM dependency, to be completely honest. I'm
Yeah.
dependent on DXM to survive. It's not a lot that I can live comfortably on. All I need is like 90 milligrams a day to be able to like be out of like to live stably basically. 90 to 150 milligrams a day, I would say, and I'd be perfectly okay. But I love to trip. I don't always love to trip, but sometimes, and I'll go on benders where I like am taking 300, 600 milligrams a day. Um, just go delving deeper and deeper into states of the void, and I feel pulled into it, like you were mentioning about the Anunnaki earlier. I resonate so much with that. The state of undoing, of chaos, of dissolving into nothingness. And what's funny is that at that full state of nothingness is when I start to feel that what you would call the Ajiji pull, where suddenly in this infinite void, formlessness, or yeah, in this infinite formlessness, form starts to take place again. And I feel uh like It's a very feminine presence. It's a very
Oh,
very like Mother Nature. Um
interesting.
yes, it's like yeah, very much like communing with Mother Nature, communing with love, I would say, opening of the heart. Um Nuclear Dodo says addiction cravings can get worse. Be careful. Absolutely. I am no stranger to addiction. Been in it since I was 14 pretty much. So, and 23 now, so it's almost a decade of addiction. So I know my way around and around and around and around and around around around.
Yeah, it
I've
was
been
so painful for me because
right,
like when I was in my major like addict moment, I had I lack self-awareness, or I
right.
guess I have pretty good insight into myself, but I lack social awareness.
Understandable.
Um,
Definitely happened
and
to
it's hard
me,
for me to
especially with
understand.
benzodiazepines will make me lack social awareness. I will start to not realize how fucked up I am, and I'll go around very obviously fucked up, and I'll be like,
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking straight because I can like form coherent thoughts that would blow the mind of like a average fucking fluoride pilled individual, but as you just so to speak, and uh, I'm like, but I'm slurring and fucking like stumbling over myself, and I'm like obviously
Yeah.
fucked
Oh,
up,
dude.
and
But
yeah,
I was addicted to that shit that would not even like because I was on like Benadryl and shit, and that's like
real,
neither your thoughts are bad, you
real,
can't talk, you can't walk, nothing's
real
good.
shit, real shit. Yeah,
No
that
good.
shit's straight toxic.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's yeah, I it's some type of poison.
Absolutely.
Some type of poison.
Much
But
better to be
I
on
was on
Datora.
oh, what'd you say
Much
about the
better,
Terra?
much better to be on Datora than on Benadryl.
Oh, that's absolutely true. I actually took that again recently. I have to stop doing that. But I do it more like religiously.
Right. A lot of people
Like
do.
during
Very shamanistic
like magical
substance.
ceremonies, or like when I'm with my boyfriend, or like
Right, right. Yeah, it has a very long history of shamanistic use. In fact, during my
absolutely.
original spiritual awakening, I was invited to like a Datora ceremony, or someone told me to go looking for like Datora, my like local Datora ceremonies, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna stick to acid and DXM. That's kind of my shit. But I can't lie. If I found my hands on some Datura, I would start to fuck around with it and see how it treats me.
Yeah, right.
I
You gotta
feel,
be careful though.
yeah,
Certainly.
I would definitely. This is a plant where it teaches you, you don't fuck with it. It's not like, I, I would be very, very respectful to the plant. I know what it does to people. I know what it does to people.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, but I have like when my addiction was very hard for me because I naturally sort of just lack this social awareness, and it's worse when I'm on drugs. So I would think like oh, like my brother does acid all the time. He does it with his friends. So like, why are people so mad at me? All I did was take 2,000 milligrams of Benadryl and have a seizure in front of everyone.
Right. Yeah, 'cause it fucks with your head so fucking heavily. You don't understand outside. It's all. It's your own spiritual development in a way, you know?
Yeah, right. And I sort of have the position. Maybe I'm too reactionary, but I think take first generation antihistamines. Or wait, which one?
I think
Non-drowsy antihistamines.
yeah,
Numbers confuse me.
right. The later the gen, the non-drowsier.
Ah, okay. Yeah, second generation antihistamines because they like cetirizine, that shit.
I think that's
It's
like
so good in
yeah, yeah. Second gen or third gen antihistamines.
Yeah, and like Benadryl, it honestly doesn't even help that much with allergies. It's kind of very temporary.
Yeah, it's good if you're having like an anaphylactic reaction. It's like a lifesaver. But beyond that,
Right.
it's there's Nuclear Dodo in chat says, personally, I can't really understand why people do drugs. I can't support it, but I understand everyone has their past. I would say to that, drugs is too big of a category to. Drugs is too big of a category. You can't just say drugs. Drugs. There's too many drugs.
Pretty much everything is a drug, right?
Yeah, exactly. And what do you define as a drug?
Yeah, what do you think of when you think drug?
That is the question. What do you think of when you think drug? If you're still in here, Nuclear Judo. What do you think of when you think of drug?
Disrespect though, no disrespect. I just want to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. For the sake of discussion. Because there's so many things, right? There's so many things. Me being a big pharmacology nerd, that is, or I'm not like a big not the biggest pharmacology nerd because I don't really give a shit about anything that doesn't affect you psychoactively. Anything that can
Oh, it's called
mentally
psychopharmacology.
psychopharmacology. Okay,
The study of
psychoactives.
psychoactive.
Okay, psychopharmacology nerd. Perfect. Now I know what to call myself.
You can actually go to college for it.
Interesting. I think that's probably more where I belong than behavioral psychology, if anything.
Yeah. This is slightly unrelated, but still on the topic of drugs and college studies. My friend went into chemistry. Well, he's interested in chemistry genuinely, but he went into it mostly so he could synthesize.
Right.
So it's not true. Because there's a lot of DMT containing plants around here, and they do like Breaking Bad, but with
You don't even need you don't need a goddamn college degree to know how to get the DMT out of DMT containing plants, and I knew how to do that shit at 16.
Oh yeah, but he also wanted a career in chemistry. But
Fair
it
enough.
was just it was a
Fair
very
enough.
big benefit that it
Absolutely, and you get to do it right, without the fuck ups that
yeah, of
I
course.
probably would have performed at 16 years old. But anything that can mentally impair you, Nuclear Dodo says. Now, here's another question.
Yeah, right.
What the hell do you consider mental impairment? Because, to me, Instagram mentally impairs you to the fucking insane degree. And I would say that there's a large majority of motherfuckers who are mentally impaired by shit like Instagram and Twitter to the point that I can't fucking
that
communicate
dopamine
them.
cycle, the clicky clicks.
Literally, it affects the exact same cycle of dopamine, right? It is the dopamine reward cycle.
Also food too. Absolutely food.
Yeah, but food for sure. But I would say social media is a lot stronger than food.
I've had literal heroin addicts tell me that a large meal from McDonald's is not that much different from heroin, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But
that is crazy.
I can't speak on it myself because I've never done heroin, but I've had them tell me that like if you get like a lot of food, like that satisfied feeling you get like after you've had a giant meal, like that's not that different from heroin. But
Hold on.
I think maybe they mean like heavy sedation and beyond, right?
I guess yeah. Not like your first
Like
rush.
alcohol is would be the entry level, and like
That's just nuclear dodo says that's just flat out stupidity, but it's not true. Social media is literally working on your dopamine receptors the same way that substances do. It's not the. It's literally the same reward circuit. It's not flat out stupidity. It is literally the same reward circuit that cocaine, that methamphetamine, that any addiction works on. All addiction works on the same dopamine circuit. I learned this in college. I'm not just speaking out of my ass here.
yeah, there have been studies on
Plenty.
comparing the different like the different types of addiction, and they all are very similar. So,
Exactly.
and social media addiction is absolutely real. It
Absolutely real.
absolutely is.
It's not stupidity. It is well. It's literal scientists working
Though
to manipulate people.
I would say that like if someone is addicted to Instagram, maybe not like it's difficult to compare harm, right? How
Yes,
harmful something is versus something else because everything hurts you in different ways.
very
But I would
true.
say that it's not as imminently dangerous to be addicted to Instagram as it is to be something like fentanyl, right?
It's not as imminently dangerous, I would agree with, but for the future, I would say it is the difference between fentanyl addiction and social media addiction. I would say fentanyl addiction is going to cause a lot more imminent harm, and social media addiction is going to cause a lot more future harm.
Yeah, down the road, yep. Especially if you get into like the social media addiction shit like young, it could
Right.
fuck with your self-esteem, like it could destroy you.
Yes. And we don't even know the consequences of it, right? We haven't had people who have been alive for social media, like Instagram is not 60 years old. We don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah, right.
Fentanyl is, but fucking
How
social
old is
media is.
acid?
Acid is 100 years old at this point.
Damn, there's someone out there on the world was celebrating its birthday.
It would have been Albert Hoffman. Addiction is really broad, yes, but it all functions on the same dopamine reward circuit. And if you, and I was gonna say go research it for yourself, but I am actually capable of just educating you on the subject because I have at least the qualifications of the semester in psychology that I took. It is the dopamine reward circuit, and it all functions on this same thing where you are getting a kick and then you are sent into cravings. And a like is the same as taking a hit of cocaine, literally.
Yeah, especially with how instant it is.
It is, exactly. In fact, the top meme on fucking, Drug Circle Jerk is like, spare me your upvote so I can get their dopamine instead of relapsing on my fentanyl addiction.
That's pretty funny.
Real shit. And
Well,
very
makes me
real.
wonder: is the root of stuff like Benadryl addiction different? Because there was no pleasure I was getting.
It's
It was
still it's still affecting your dopamine receptors, but the seeking,
interesting.
right, like the that's initial, right? But this, and that'll keep you in the cycle of taking the thing over and over again. But the seeking of self-destruction is a little bit deeper, I would say. The seeking of wanting, because like yeah, your Benadryl addiction, I would say is like you'd have to inform me more about it. I'm speaking like I because I know you, but you can speak on it a lot more than I can because it's your direct experience.
Oh right, yeah. So it's like this. I wasn't exactly looking for like happiness. It was more like I I was looking for a lot of things. It boils down to three things. One, I was into how it hurt me.
Right.
I felt like I deserved pain. That's a frequency in my life. I remember I talked about that earlier in the chat.
Right.
I felt like I deserved the suffering, and the part two of it was
The
I
God
felt like
feeling.
I was learning, and this was just the delusions of taking it. Felt like I was learning deeper truths about the cosmos, even though I was, uncomfortable.
Is that
Um,
necessarily entirely a delusion, though? I know that you want
like
to.
learning deeper truths about the cosmos from
Uh,
taking it.
what?
Ah,
Right? It's a two-sided coin, right? Because some of it is nonsense, and then some of it is sense. And then also, as Carl Jung would say, the merging of sense and nonsense is what produces the supreme meaning. Um. So, and I would say that. Oh, I just turned off my fucking camera by accident, or unplugged it. Whatever. We're frozen here. We're back. Um. The supreme meaning, yeah. Or the new god, as he would say. Um, Everything went offline for a second. Very, very interesting. Hey, even my headphones
is it
just went.
storming where you live?
No, no, I think this was more of a spiritual event than anything. Um,
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, yes. Um,
Dude, this is on Quora questions are crazy. I'm sorry, this is so
go
unrelated.
ahead, go ahead,
But
go ahead.
questions are crazy. Someone literally asks word for word on like a Christian forum on Quora, will God forgive me if I commit adultery over and over and over again?
You're funny as fuck. Yes, you will.
Like it sounds like you're planning to. It doesn't sound like you're feeling guilty about it. So
Yeah, yeah,
dude,
real shit.
over and over and over again. Oh. Oh
To
man.
To be Nuclear Dodo says, to be fair, I've said really stupid things while you were high and you acted like it was a cosmic revelation. Well, maybe those things that you thought were stupid I interpreted as like deeper. It's like there's a quote that I just read is that great art is when that art that the perceiver can receive greater meaning from the art than what the artist consciously put into it. So, and also on the other side of this, or not even on the other side because we're not going to dualize here. I would say here,
No dueling.
no dueling. Ultimate enlightenment on the eastern side of things, no dueling. Um, they say that being able to perceive infinity inside of all things is the truth, right? Being able to see cosmic revelation inside of the most microscopic of things. So, you said,
Also, I would like to add, pretty much anything can be interpreted as a cosmic revelation.
mm-hmm,
Like for instance, if you go to Chat GPT and you're like, interpret this or interpret this philosophically, and then you just spam a bunch of random characters, it will give you an answer, and it'll be like, huh, I'm noticing a pattern here, even if there's no pattern.
Very true.
So,
And us beings are also pattern recognizing beings. We can, in the static, we form. In the void, we form, which I would say, again, why the GG beat the Anunnaki, as you were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything can be a cosmic revelation, yeah, if you're high enough. But everything is infinity if you're enlightened enough. In fact, everything, being able to see the infinite within the infinite, or the infinite within the mundane, is enlightenment. I know you're not trying to be a dick. I don't take any offense from anything that you're saying right now. We're all good.
Yeah, like, it's very true that anything can be a cosmic revelation if you're high enough. But also, some people that have never done drugs in their life literally just, like, think philosophically. And
Exactly.
They just, like, they look at everything. They would look at a stone on the ground and they would be like, holy shit, this is it. This is everything.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna switch my stream over from we're gonna watch somebody real quick. Somebody who did his journey without doing drugs into infinity. You can tell me what you think about this. What are you trying to think?
Alright, hold on. Let me,
I can actually stream it to you on Discord, like, seamlessly at the same time, since I have infinite Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, because I had to close the stream when I got on call because it was, like, fucking with everything.
No worries.
Hi! You have insane genetics. You look so beautiful.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah. I always wonder how did this come about? Like, how did nature produce this?
So this guy did not take psychedelics to reach his state.
You're a really good looking guy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are couples? Everyone here has such good vibes. Him too, I can already tell.
Good vibes.
He's an awesome cinematographer.
Yeah, this is shot very well.
Right?
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday to you. This is the best birthday song ever. Happy birthday, my baby. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much.
I honestly have no idea if he talks about anything related to enlightenment in this video, but I just felt like this was the one that I should click on.
How did you manifest this reality?
So I really
Well, here it is.
I was manifesting it. I saw your videos and I always found comfort in your videos. I think what happened was because you posted that you lost your soulmate, you lost your best friend, and I felt really touched by that, and I said I'll be your friend forever. And then
Yeah, after the last relationship, I just felt like I let go of everything.
You seen butts, so you clicked? No, it's just the universe smiling at itself, my friend.
Okay, remember I told you like I'm on a different phase? I just started from the Cambodia thing. And I'm not even creating it. Alright, here's what's going on in the universe. I'm gonna turn my camera on. That's it. That's all I do. I'm not creating it, but I'm also creating all of it.
I'm struggling my whole life with. It's when I'm with people, sometimes it feels like I'm creating a blog by my own. Maybe the non-dual approach to this topic, or
you know how I film those clips of people, and I just get up really close to their faces, and somebody asked me if anybody's ever gotten mad or said it bothers him, and I was like, almost never.
Watching you do that is the craziest thing. Everyone's reactions. I'm shocked.
Really? I don't know why.
I'm so shocked how open everyone is about it.
I don't know. And then I was like, I have awakening and meditation to thank for that. I did that in Cambodia, and then it was like, okay, people in Cambodia, you know, they don't really have a very solidified identity, you know, as a random person on the street.
What's your name?
Listen.
And I was like, maybe if I do this in America, people wouldn't open up to it. Same thing happened. When you sort of empty out the solidity of, you know, the self, you just kind of become like an open, boundless space for others. When you don't feel self-conscious, when there's no distinction between self and others, self and world, or inside and outside, when you just this open space that allow people to unfold their own open space, then you never feel self-conscious. When you don't feel self-conscious, other people don't feel self-conscious. But it's just a practice. I just kept practicing meditation and getting deeper and deeper into non-duality and keep erasing the separation. Because any kind of blockages you have when you talk to other people is the imagined line, the separation that the ego mind is imagining. Seeing your direct experience, you don't have a head, you don't have a face. You've never seen your head, you've never seen your face. What you have is, instead of a head, is this open, boundless, you know, vast space that is the world. What I'm perceiving right now instead of my head is your head. And what you're perceiving instead of your own head and your own face is my face. That space opens up so that other people can have faces. So that really opens up this blockages of social interactions. Because if there's no resistance, then other people won't have resistance. And then you won't have resistance because it's like a mirror. This is how we co-create each other through this interface of love and emptiness. When you open and vulnerable without contracting yourself to an armor, the heart opens up.
So this guy's just started filming me out of nowhere, just ran up to me, pointed his camera in my face and just said, this.
I say you're a beautiful man.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah. When is the last time you had a mind-blowing experience?
The last time I had a mind-blowing experience was actually yesterday. So I have just started studying wine. I passed my intro sommelier exam a couple of weeks ago.
I'm having a mind-blowing experience right now.
Right now?
Yeah. You better say right now.
When the whole world is rising through consciousness, well, there's no others. You know, usually we think that creating this armor of blockage is going to prevent us from getting hurt, but it's actually the other way around. You know, emotions can get hurt, but those feelings, they belong to no one when there's no feeler.
Sitting in the whip, who the fuck is this? I just got the piff, I just got the snip. She just wanna flip, I just had the little bitch, now she sucking on the tip. Had to do a flip, want me to hold the shit. Niggas be talking shit, flipping the bitch like a whip. I gotta put it in the motherfucker clip, I got the slip. Pull up on the bitch, I get the motherfucker. Hell yeah, but you gotta love Miami though. Like, look at that water, just like that shit's like. Because when it comes to like the third eye,
yeah,
I feel like I've somehow sort of awoken it, but I haven't fully unlocked the potential yet. And I've been spending like years trying to unlock it.
And once you open up a third eye, that's not the end. It's to open up the wisdom eye. The third eye is only opening so you can perceive the wisdom eye.
How much percentage of the brain do you have to use to open up the wisdom eye?
The wisdom eye, I would say, is like 100% of the brain. At least experientially, as a matter of direct experience, that's what you feel like. You feel like you've woken up from this single character, this single avatar that's situated like somewhere in this Me Too, to this whole field of this pervasive, all-seeing, all-perceiving, almost omniscient kind of panoramic view of reality. which is just, you know, pure consciousness, so pure awareness without any locations, without any form, without any shape, size. Some people like to call it the God mind. You know, I just like to call it the nature of mind or reality. Yeah, which is always just being aware of itself. I feel like you unlock triggers. This is what I coach people to do.
What? Hey, bitch. What the smoking on this reefer, yo? With the reaper, yo. She just wanna sing it, yo. She didn't wanna sing it, yo. She didn't wanna come and be with me, yo. Yeah, riding in the drop top, make it hot, but she didn't wanna fuck with a young nigga rock star. Okay, bitch, try to smoke the reefer. She just wanna come with me, cause I'm the reaper, yeah. Hopping out that drop top, make it hot, but she didn't wanna roll up with the creeper. I'm like rock star. She didn't wanna see a nigga all up on the move. Roll some stick ups. Bitch, I'm in the house. I'm inside. Take a ride. We gon' glide. We gon' follow a bit. They gon' ride a bit. We get high a bit. Let's that ride a bit. Yeah. Hey, bitch, I'm on the set. Bitch, I'm on like 2 rounds. And I'm on the mat. Bitch, I'm on the mat. Lil' head flying. She didn't wanna come around me. All these diamonds. All these diamonds. Bitch, all these diamonds. She didn't come around. She see all these diamonds. All these diamonds. Yeah, all these diamonds. She that come around, she see all these diamonds. Blaming on her, yeah, screaming on her. Put that beaming on her. Got the Glock, got rock, got. I'm a rock star, I'm a pop back. Make them drop hot, the hot spot. That's the hot scotch, make them pay the hot shot. Hot shot, top shot, get the top pop. What the smoking on this reefer, yo? With the reaper, yeah. She just wanna see it, yo. She didn't wanna see it, yo. She didn't wanna come and be with me, yo. Yeah, riding in the drop top, make it hot, but she didn't wanna fuck with a young nigga rock star. Okay, bitch, try to smoke the reefer. She just wanna come with me, cause I'm the reaper, yo.
How many have you sold today?
None.
None? I got it for it. I got it.
He was cuddling another girl and cuddling this other girl, but he wouldn't cuddle me. And I'm like, you can't.
I'm in Miami right now. Like before I came here, I was like maybe I'll get triggered because there's so many girls here and like so many like luxurious stuff. It's just like, you know, a lot of ego stuff here, right?
Shit.
But then when I came here, it was just like the same peace as I experienced, like, you know, in my deepest meditation or in Maryland when I was just in the woods and in my backyard. Yeah, it's just like no matter what I did, it was just like there was no center. After awakening is when your practice truly starts, and the practice that people engage in after awakening is not so much formal practice. It's not about getting insights or reaching higher states, because all that's done with. It's bringing practice to real life, and of course by that point it's just happening by itself. But they do have the tantra. Yeah, that's pretty much what tantra is. Tantra is basically just go out and live your life, and then just let whatever conditionings arise. So I have a client who's like pretty much he's there, right? He's awakened.
Lots of music. We have like burlesque mermaids dancing.
Really?
Yeah. So if you're all about the aesthetic.
He told me the only practice he does is he would just go into the most luxurious place because his conditioning was like money, right? So he would just go to the most luxurious places and just seeing all those rich people like driving their nice cars and drinking champagne. He would just sit there and just watch them for an hour. And then watch how like the rest of his conditionings will like just let them dissolve, let them surface that way.
So that's tantra right there, or like that's why people associate tantra with sex. You know, sex is for a lot of people, sex and love or whatever is like the deepest conditioning. So I would say for everyone, because biologically speaking,
Right.
that's what we're here for, to reproduce, right? So if you practice, if you have sex, try to be aware, so try to abide in non-doing during sex. That's a really good practice. That's almost like running with a parachute, you know, like sprinting uphill, something like that, like resistance training.
Look at my face. Do you know? What's the most important thing for you in your life? Where's your breath? Within inside of you. So if you don't know that heaven, then where are you in hell? Because the constant questions you have in your thoughts, in your mind, these thoughts, these questions have no answers. And the answer is the breath just came in about your life. Have you felt that peace? Have you looked at the full moon and said, wow, how beautiful, you know why?
People are always trying to get to, like, you know, transcend into like the spiritual world. Now this is the spiritual world right here and now. If there's still any separation or any distinctions at all between like the spiritual world and the material world, all those distinctions are created by thought. You know, they're created by the mind. And if there's any distinction at all between the ordinary and the divine, then that's still duality.
Yes, you keep going. You can keep going.
Realizing the emptiness, that's just a midway stage, really, or like, you know, accessing the absolute, you know. And a lot of people get stuck in that formlessness. The universal will has some kind of an intention, right? It wants to be embodied. Spiritual seeker is trying to get out, trying to transcend. The formlessness is actually trying to like come back in, and then that's when you transcend the duality between samsara and nirvana, between the universal and the personal. And you
That's like the Anunnaki and the Gigi you're talking about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
perceive the infinite in the finite. So if you don't integrate the emptiness and put it back into form, then the realization is not complete.
So the mural is to bring awareness to what's going on to the women in Iran.
When is the last time you had a mind-blowing experience?
This was it. This was it. We arrived here.
Hopping.
And so it is, like you said it would be. Life goes easy on me. Most time. And so it is, the shorter story. No love, no glory. No hero in her sky. Can't take my eyes off you. 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 Can't take my eyes off you.
I want to know your opinion about like unconditional love for all living beings.
You say when I look inside and see that I'm nothing, that's wisdom. When I look outside, I see that I'm everything, that's love. And between those two, my life turns. Now, that's another way to look at how love and emptiness are the same thing, and everything is a mental construction. Even the no.
And with that, I am receiving a call from my loving father. I must pick up. Hey, Dad. How you doing? Good. How are you? Yeah, I woke up at around 6 a.m. Yeah, I slept like late into the evening last night, and then I ended up waking up early in the morning today. So I'm perfectly ready for work today. Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll take breakfast for sure. I love that. Thank you. Regular farmer's wrap, hash brown, and orange juice, if possible. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. All right, bye. See you soon. Love you, Dad. And we're back.
Notion that everything is a fabrication. And the distinction between you and other people, all the judgments, are also mental constructs. There are no lines or limitation in reality except for the ones that are imagined. Because you see that nothing has inherent existence apart from this process of codependent origination, interconnectedness. So we call hallucinating this reality right here, moment to moment, right? Miami doesn't exist, but at the same time it exists in the minds of 7 billion people, just like money. And there you transcend the distinction between existence and non-existence. Evil is only codependent arising with goodness. And they're concepts of the mind. Nature itself doesn't distinguish between evil and goodness. Is it evil for lions to eat a gazelle? Some people take that and they're like, oh, now I can just, do whatever I want and be an asshole. But then within this system of human civilization or society, being a good person and you live in amongst the harmony of other people creates less resistance than hurting other people. And nature, it's always going to take the course of least resistance.
Can't take my eyes off of you. 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 Can't take my eyes did I say that I love you? Did I say that I want to leave it all behind? Can't take my mind off of you.
Dude, this is so cool.
I know, right, man? That's fucking beautiful video.
Can't take my mind off of you. Can't take my mind off of you.
That was wonderful, man. I'm glad I got to share that with you, bro.
Yeah, that was amazing. You're saying that this guy didn't take any drugs?
This guy took no drugs. Well, he did DMT once, and 5-MeO DMT, and he was already well into his awakening when he did that, and he said it was just his experiences with meditation. So I'll send you a link to his channel. You'd probably find his shit really interesting.
Yeah, that was amazing. In addition to being philosophically interesting, like I said, it was shot beautifully.
Shot beautifully, absolutely. His His cinematography is fucking unbelievable. Like he started as a bodybuilder and then started doing spirituality and then became like it felt like and the infinite aesthetics was through just experiencing life and cinematography of everything, which I totally agree with. And he does it in the most beautiful way. He just captures the human experience.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was dope.
But beyond that, I think I gotta get ready for fucking work. It's like 25 minutes. So
Oh fuck.
I'll be good. I'll be all right. But it was really nice chatting with you, brother. And I think I'll actually end up posting this video up, like this live stream in general up for like a video for everyone to watch. Because I think this has been a incredible discussion if you're alright with that, and a beautiful end to everything. Like a perfect
Yeah,
circle.
it was amazing, man. And yeah, you're absolutely totally free to do that.
I love that.
I would
Awesome.
also
Thank
love
you.
to call you some other time and chat more about my religion. 'Cause,
Absolutely. 100%.
I think you really vibe with it.
I think I would as well. Absolutely. It's provided me insight on my own experiences. So, fuck yeah. I love that. So,
Amazing.
for that, peace out stream.